Welcome to Partners in Pancreatic Cancer. My name is Dr. Vince Picozzi, and I'm a medical oncologist with a special interest in pancreatic cancer at the Virginia Mason Clinic in Seattle, Washington. I also am the director of the Pancreatic Cancer Center of Excellence here. A question I'm often asked is, what is the appropriate time to use clinical trials as a treatment option? And in particular, is this an option for all stages of therapy? The answer I would give to this question is an emphatic yes. Clinical trials should be a treatment option at every single stage of disease, every major decision point, and for each and every pancreatic cancer patient. And indeed, at our own treatment center, we strive to have a clinical trial available for each and every patient that comes to visit us. It's important to remember that patients have three general paths of care they can pursue when they reach a decision point in their management. And they are first supportive care, which means treatment of the cancer with symptomatic means but not anti-cancer means. Second is standard care, which means treating the patient according to a methodology developed, say, in a clinical guideline. Or third, investigative treatment or clinical trials. Now, it's important to note that clinical trials, again, should be an option for each and every patient at each and every stage of the disease. And one of the very first things a patient and or their family should do when they meet with their provider is, in fact, to ask them about clinical trials availability. And hopefully the provider will provide access to these, or at least information about them. If patients wish to learn more about clinical trials on their own, there are two important resources on the internet that they can access. The first is access through the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network and what's known as the PALS program. Through this program, co-workers will take demographic information about a patient, such as their disease stage, their residence, certain aspects about the treatment they've had, and they will actually launch a clinical trial search appropriate for the patient within any geographic distance the patient would wish to define, using the most complete database of clinical trials in the United States. This is, in fact, the database I myself use when I'm considering trials for patients outside of Seattle. A second excellent clinical trials database is clinicaltrials.gov, which is a resource for clinical trials not just in pancreatic cancer, but all cancers that have some form of government sponsorship. So again, accessing the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network website, pancan.org, or the clinical trials website, clinicaltrials.gov, a patient and their family can learn about clinical trials on their own. So again, clinical trials should be considered at each and every major decision point in a person's care. I thank you very much for viewing this activity. For additional resources, please be sure to view the other educational activities available on partnersinpancreaticcancer.com.